What is going on, everyone? It's Joe Yoon, and today I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite stretches that I like to do to help make sure I keep my body in tip-top shape. And as massage therapists, we are always working on clients, and if we have those long days, even with the best biomechanics, it can start to wear down the body. So I'm going to show you a couple of my favorite stretches that I love to do pretty much every single day to keep my body feeling good. All right, so the first exercise we are going to do is the cat-cow, which is one of my all-time favorites. And the reason why is we're moving the spine, we're getting the shoulder blades in the action as well, and our hips are moving too. So it's a great overall movement to get everything moving. And when we're doing these long massage sessions and we're locked out in a certain position, maybe rounded over a little bit or in a seated position where our hips are locked in, it's good to get everything moving once in a while. So I love doing this after a long session and also before too, just to warm up a little bit. So what we're going to do is knees under hips, hands under shoulders. If you do some yoga, you're probably pretty familiar with this move. Then we're going to round the back, tuck the chin, push away from the floor. So now we're getting some good flexion in our back. We're getting protraction of our shoulder blade, and then we're getting this posterior tilt of the pelvis. So we're moving everything all at once. And then we're going to reverse the motion. So we're going to look up, arch the back, pull the shoulders down, chest to the floor. So it's great because we're moving back and forth from this flex position to this extended position and really getting everything moving again. Whenever we get stuck in one position, it's no good. Our body starts to feel it, and this is a great way to hit a little bit of everything at once. And now let's go to the next movement. The next movement we're going to hit up is a pec stretch. When we're doing massage, we love to work on the pecs, open people up, pull those shoulders back, get some good posture. So we want to hit that too, again, because if we're in this position all the time, working on people or in a seated position, probably have a tendency to round forward a little bit, especially because of gravity too, that thing called gravity. So let's do a nice pec stretch to get set up, elbow about shoulder level or slightly higher. And then we're going to try to square everything up. So get in line with whatever you're putting your arm up to. And if you're at home, a doorway is great. And then hips pointing forward. And then from here, pull the shoulders back and then slowly shift forward. You can also shift away a little bit or rotate away, getting a good stretch on the pec. And this is amazing. Love working the pecs and stretching them out. That way it gives us a little bit of a better chance to get in this better posture. So we got the cat-cow, we got the pec stretch. Now let's go into the next one. Now for the next movement, we are going to do a T-spine extension on a bench. Other than the first exercise, the cat-cow, where we're actually moving through flexion and extension, the rest of the movements, I like to concentrate a little bit more on the extension portion of the movements of our body because, again, gravity, maybe we're hunched over, we're seated all day, and that can take a toll on the body. So if we're in flexion most of the day, I want to try and be extended whenever I can to mitigate some of those effects. So let's go into this T-spine extension on the bench. Knees close to under the hips, so a little bit far away from the bench. If you're at home, you can use maybe a couch or anything that's around this level. And then elbows on. We're going to shift our hips back and then place your hands together and bring them back to the back of your head and your back. Drop the chest to the floor and bring it back. Hips back, chest to the floor, stretching it out. So in this position, we're getting a great stretch on the lats, all the way up into the triceps, down into our back, getting that extension in that mid-back, and it's an overall just amazing movement. The lats too can pull your shoulder internal, so that is great to stretch out as well. One of my favorites. And now let's go into the next movement. Now for our last movement, we are going to concentrate a little bit more on the lower body. We're going to hit up the hip flexor, and then we're going to mix it up a little bit and also do a little combo move to continue to work on T-spine mobility. So to get started, knee on the ground, one leg out in front, opposite arm comes to the floor, and then we're going to drive our hip down towards the ground, getting a great hip flexor stretch. We can hang out here, feel that great stretch, squeeze the butt, squeeze the glutes. You might feel it a little bit more. And then once you feel better in this position, we can start incorporating a little bit of that upper body T-spine mobility. Elbow comes down just like this, reach up towards the sky, getting that great T-spine rotation. Bring it back down, and then back up. So we're concentrating on our hip flexor stretch and moving that T-spine even more. Just because we're flexed over, we do a lot of extension, but the T-spine also rotates too. So it's a great addition to that hip flexor stretch. And that is it. I like to do this almost every single day, or a variation of it every single day. You can do it after your sessions. You can even do it a little bit before to get warmed up for the day. You know, we're athletes. We are massage therapists. We have to treat our body and take care of it. So hopefully you enjoyed that video and enjoy the rest of your day, Massage Magazine family.